So in order to deliver this capability to our merchants, we saw that they needed to be provided with a few different kinds of tools. So in analyzing the tools that they needed, we actually saw that there was 4 distinct buckets that we could categorize these tools in. So there is a commerce bucket, in which we said that they needed a point of sale software that they needed to use. They needed distributed inventory and order management. They wanted a headless commerce front end. They wanted pick and pack capability, and they wanted the ability to fulfill orders either through a 3PL partner or through their own fleet of riders that you see very commonly with retailers in this part of the world. So those were the commerce tools, that use cases that we identified, and we then thought that we would create all these use cases and automate them and create products around them. The other pillar that we identified was marketing. So in marketing, you've got acquisition marketing, you've got retention marketing, and then there are tools that you need to provide in order to make these 2 forms of marketing effective for a retailer. So in acquisition marketing, we identified that we needed to, first of all, integrate with ad networks, with email service providers. We needed to provide the capability to retailers to be able to segment their customers. So a customer segmentation engine needed to be provided, and then that allowed these retailers to run very effective, high ROI, high return on investment campaigns on these various ad networks and through various email service providers. Once those effective campaigns were being run and traffic was coming onto their e-commerce channels, you need the ability to convert those customers at a high conversion rate. So for that, we created, we understood that we needed to provide a recommendation engine that facilitates a high conversion rate. So on, those are some of the acquisition tools that we created. On the retention marketing side, we see that retention marketing is something that is not very commonly pursued in this part of the world. It's most of the focus is on acquisition. But with the recent changes that Apple and then now Google are going to be bringing, acquisition marketing is going to become more and more expensive. And as more people are going after the same customer base and the real estate is limited, as more startups raise money and this ramp up their acquisition budgets and their activities, brands will need to focus on retention marketing. That is going to become a very high ROI form of marketing for them. As they build out this zero-party, first-party data themselves, they will be able to leverage that data and keep on engaging their current customer base over and over again. So they need retention marketing tools like loyalty management systems. So that's one other pillar we identified. The third pillar we identified is payments. Obviously, digital payments are on the rise. Cash on delivery was predominant, it still is in countries like Pakistan and in some countries in the Middle East, but digital payments are increasing at an incredible pace. So that includes things like card payments, includes things like wallet payments, new form of payments like BNPL, for example, need to be provided not only on your online channel, but on your offline channel as well. We've seen over and over again in having worked with merchants, both at Shopistan and at ShopDev, that these integrations usually need to be done by a merchant. It's time taking, it could be error prone. It takes a while for a merchant to onboard a specific kind of a payment mechanism on their offline or online channels. So we've identified that we could pre-build these integrations and provide merchants the capability to immediately onboard a specific kind of a payment option on their channels, and then provide them reconciliation tools, reporting tools that is difficult for merchants to get access to otherwise. So payments was the third pillar. The fourth pillar is obviously that merchants need help with, if you look at their entire ecosystem, is business insights, analytics, metrics. So business intelligence becomes really important, and it becomes even very difficult to get to if you have multiple siloed systems as part of your end-to-end solution. So if you have a separate point of sale system, if you have a separate inventory and order management system, if you have a separate e-commerce front end, if you have a separate fulfillment mechanism, if you have separate marketing systems, separate loyalty management, separate payments, to get consolidated business intelligence becomes a real challenge for merchants. So we identified that business intelligence should be a fourth pillar, in which we're able to aggregate the business intelligence from all these separate siloed systems as in a real-time fashion on one dashboard.